My next question is going to be for Dr. Rogers. Now, before I ask this question, I would like to play a short clip from a stand-up show of Fahim Anwar. He's a wonderful Afghan-American comedian, and he pokes fun at Afghan dating. So we're going to play the clip.
White people, you want to meet the parents so soon. In my culture, if you're meeting the parents, you're about to get married. So we're hiding you for as long as possible. You're like Anne Frank. I'm just shoving you in the floorboards. That's how the burqa was invented. Oh fuck, my mom's coming. Let's put a blanket over you.
This is so funny, yet incredibly revealing about our culture and the stress of hiding who you're dating from your parents until or unless you're about to get married to them. Dr. Rogers, sometimes we think that these stresses are uniquely for Afghan girls when it comes to dating, but it's not. Based on your opinion, how do you think dating pressures differ when it comes to Afghan men versus Afghan women?
Yeah, it's a good question, because I think we do focus a lot on women's stressors when it comes to dating, and kind of ignore somewhat the stressors that I think men go through as well, and the cultural elements that tie into those stressors. But I think that for men, obviously, I think, there is a precedent that's set for them, from culture to their families, and what is expected of them. And I think that a lot of times those are very high bars and unrealistic. And also, based on that patriarchal set of standards. And I think that it can be very, unfair for a lot of men who feel like they feel that pressure to make sure that they're literally identifying with and manifesting all of those standards. And I think that it also prevents them from really the growth that they need, to explore, because there are so many, walls that they're kind of trapped behind based on those standards. And I think for women, obviously, I think we'll be talking about that a lot, the stressors that they experience.
Absolutely.
In terms, again, standards.
Yeah.
Again.
I wanted to quickly ask you while we're on the subject, do you have any case studies that would shine light on these kinds of pressures without naming any names, of course? I think that without even taking one specific case, I think in general, I've seen and witnessed friends, family members have to go through, for a girl, for example, the pressure of you are at that certain age, and why don't you have prospects of marriage, for example. So that pressure, I think, can be incredibly paralyzing for a lot of women, but I think it also can push people into relationships that maybe aren't the best fit, as you said. I like that, which is the best fit for two people, is that pressure. And so they kind of prematurely get into these relationships based on just the need and the pressure to be in one. And I think that can create a lot of a ripple effect of just consequences for both people.